being on that show, and just about 2 eps in, you get toasted?
Well,
spoiler.
Yeah, you know what? The thing is, with Game of Thrones, I think 2 things. Like, you expect to get done in at some point. So if you get more than an episode in, you're like, yes, I got an ep in. So I think I lasted like 4 eps overall, and I thought 4 eps, okay, cool, be part of a big battle sequence, toasted by a dragon, take it. I'll take that all day long. I mean, it's Game of Thrones, you don't turn it down. I have been to the Netherlands before on a stag do, like a bachelor party, which was good fun, but very different to this.
I was going to say, was that in Amsterdam?
It was very much so in Amsterdam, yeah. It was a slightly different experience to this, but so I'm seeing 2 different sides of Holland right now.
You played on Doctor Who, the first episode with Matt Smith. I would say that's a very important episode in the entire series. Do you get recognized for that role a lot, or is it more different work?
Yeah, more often than I thought I would when I did it. I thought when I did it, I'd sort of disappear into the Doctor Who abyss. But yeah, it's weird that character is. It seems to have been a bit of a favourite amongst some of especially the Matt Smith Doctor Who fans. And I kind of knew when I was doing that episode that certainly Matt Smith would become a very popular Doctor, because I was watching him work as the Doctor, and I was like, wow, this guy's killing it. So. I think he did extremely well as that Doctor, and it was a privilege for me to do his first episode. Yeah, for sure.
A lot of guests we get here are from the UK. Most of them have appeared on Doctor Who. Is that like an initiation thing, or like if you live in the UK, you have to have at least played once on Doctor Who?
Yeah, there's a lot of actors that have done it, sort of tick that box. Yeah, there's a few shows across English television that a lot of actors will have, a lot of boxes they will have ticked. But Doctor Who is certainly one of them. But I'd say that Doctor Who is certainly like it's part of British heritage in a way. So to get that tick is always nice. I'm glad that I got it early on in my career as well. It was nice to get it in my sort of early 20s. Really, I'd not long been out of drama school when I got it, so it was nice. Yeah.
And then you went to play a night at a round table in Merlin.
Yes.
Was that like a boy's dream come true, playing a night?
In a lot of ways, yeah, because I used to play sort of nights and stuff with like my Lego, and like with little like characters, and used to watch things on TV, and yeah, it's when there's nothing better than riding into a real castle on a horse with chainmail and a cape and a cloak. It's great. Yeah, it really is. It feels. Like Rupert Young, who played Sir Leon in that show, always used to say, he was like, my 12-year-old self is looking at me now and going, yes, you are so cool. That's what it feels like,
Was this a boy's dream as well, to play a pirate?
Yes, that's another one ticked. Yeah, being a pirate is pretty darn awesome. Like, I loved every second making that show. It was, you kind of had to pinch yourself. And I was always, the producers were often very sort of keen for us not to climb up the ratlings and stuff and like do all this kind of dangerous stuff. And then there was a couple of the actors on it, me being one of them, that was like, oh, come on, let me do it, I want to climb up there. So whenever the opportunity arose to do that sort of stuff, you jump at it, because it's like you don't know when you're going to get to do that stuff again. It's a pirate show, it might not come around again. So yeah, I mean, it was great. Yeah, that was a good one. They put us through a rigorous boot camp. They called it Pirate Camp.
Sounds more fun than it is.
Yeah, it definitely did sound more fun. Like when I got the call said you're going to pirate camp, I was like, amazing. I got there and was like, I want to die. It was it was full on. It was brutal, really brutal. But I loved it. It was really good for camaraderie as well. Like it brought us all together as a group, all the actors and stuff. And we went, we got through it together. We got put on these really kind of intense diets. But then after that, like I kind of found that it was really, I sort of found this kind of sort of happy medium ground where I can stay in that kind of shape all year round. Because the thing is, I started realizing you get called up to do these jobs and they want you in that shape because they've seen you in that shape in a gig and they're expecting you to always be in that shape. So I thought, right, I've got to find a way of being like this all the time. So I kind of found this happy medium, like eating certain things all year round, that allowed me to sort of stay like that. So Now I've done that, like it's a lot easier to be ready for shows. Like I don't have to, or a movie, you know, I don't have to think, oh my god, I've got like 7 weeks to get this like as I need it. I can sort of go into anything and go, okay, cool, I'm content with where I'm at.
You've done it before, that maybe this was the toughest part yet, because now it's easier to get in that kind of character, or is that not really how it works?
Yeah, I think when you've done it before and you've experienced it, it's always easier because you psychologically you've gone through it before, and you know what to expect, I suppose. Certainly the physicality side of things, you know what to expect, so your body's kind of prepared for it. And it's always the kind of roles that I'm looking for, like the physical roles is the ones that I want to do, so I kind of search them out. Maybe I'm a weird masochist in that way, that I kind of like look for these roles that I punish myself physically, but yeah, they're all good fun, you know, I love them.
One of the biggest shows of the moment right now, Game of Thrones. Did you watch the show before you auditioned for it?
I did watch it. I was much further behind than everyone else, though. I started late, so I was only up to like season 2 or 3 when I got the gig. So I had to do some catching up before I started shooting to actually know what the hell was going on, because I was like doing these scenes and going, I have no idea. I need to do some catching up. And yeah, I mean, it was it's an incredible show. I mean, like the first couple of seasons, when you look back at those now, and then you look at season 7 that's just been on, you're like, oh my god, like it's just come on leaps and bounds, and the scale of the whole thing, and also now they've gone off-piste away from the books as well, so you know it's they can go wherever they like with it, so they're really pushing the boundaries with that show. Yeah, it's incredible. The guy who played it in season 6 is a friend of mine, so I knew he was playing that role, and my agent is the same agent as his. So when they called up to see if he was around to do season 7 and his schedule didn't allow him to go back, I just finished shooting Black Sails, so I was available all of a sudden, and my agent was like, oh, well, do you want to see Tom Hopper for it? Because, you know, he's around now. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. So I went in and met for it, and it all worked out really well. Being
toasted by a dragon, not just any dragon, that's a hell of a way to go.
It's a good way to go, yeah. I mean, when I saw that it's like a firing squad by a dragon, you know, it's a great moment. So all I hoped for, really, when I got the gig and when I was doing it, all I hoped for that in some way I could make this character, this guy, memorable in a really short period of time, and to make him likable. So I sort of went in there with that kind of hope and that task, and hoped it come off, really.
Sam, the brother, doesn't know yet.
No.
How do you think he's gonna A, find out, and B, what's he gonna be, what will he respond? Yeah,
I've no idea how he'll find out, because Khaleesi, I'm wondering if he shows like allegiance to Khaleesi and then like finds out that way, and then he gets like really pissed about it or something. I'm not sure how he'll feel, because he's not got the best relationship with his dad. He didn't really have the best relationship with Dick on when Freddie was playing it at the table there in season 6. So it's hard to know, actually. It's hard to know how he's going to. Still, even though he doesn't like them that much, he may not like that his family's been burnt alive. But you know, it's hard to tell at this point. You don't know.